It's time to take on the final dungeon. Despite the Mako tree being of no help whatsoever in finding it, it's not that hard to find anyway.
Yeah. If you need a hint, too, just like in the last game, check your map and look for an unfinished area.
You might have remembered a long time ago when we came up early. This is right below Onyx's castle. There is this large gap we can't usually cross, but with the Rock's Cape we can. This is the Temple Ruins. This is actually where the Temple of Seasons was before it sunk into Subrosia.
The one thing Onyx finally managed to do. A little more than Varen. But since then we haven't seen him, so...
No.
I don't know.
He's kind of a non-entity in this game.
I find that a little odd, but I think that's a symptom of the original intent of the game, which was to recreate the first Zelda, which left you pretty much in the world without much of a story. You're just running from dungeon to dungeon until you finally get to Ganon. Because back in those days, a lot of the story was in the game manual.
I suppose so. So you might have seen a crag on the wall where in summer vines would grow. You actually want to change it to fall and cross over in that room. All those leaves are covering holes in the ground.
It's another one of those areas where you gotta use the seasons to your advantage.
Take some trial and error. This was a few minutes later.
Right.
After I tried changing it to summer. There you can see, there's no way you're crossing that with Rock's Cape.
No.
You actually need to do, you can see that portal, change it to winter. That gives you a path to get to Subrosia again. This is the last time we're gonna be here.
Hey.
Now this dude's just chucking shit into the lava because he's trying to activate the volcano. That motherfucker just threw in a heart piece.
Yeah, you can't get those. It's kind of just a funny joke thing.
But just toss in a bomb and you'll show him some real fireworks.
You call that fucking shit up. Check this out. Yeah, apparently what you're doing is also affecting Holodrum.
The volcano's erupting so hard it's shooting out the bottom. Or at least that's how I'm choosing to envision it.
Back to the happy music.
That dude is just ecstatic.
He's really impressed by explosions.
And if you want, you can go out and explore Subrosia some more. But I think by this point, there's really nothing left for me.
No.
So,
you've cleared it out, pretty much. Well, there's one thing left in Subrosia, but you're headed there.
yeah.
So yeah, blowing up the volcano opened up a lot more of the overworld here because it basically destroyed parts of it.
Yep. And here is the final piece of heart.
Hey, alright.
So we got a complete set of hearts, but I'm still getting a heart container from the next boss.
Yep. So you'll have an extra heart, basically.
Where am I? Where am I? Where am I?
This isn't my sword! Pretty sweet spin attack there.
Yeah. Now we can change it to summer. Still dodging all the lava.
It'd be funny if he ran fast and then ran right into the lava. I'm gonna get you all shit!
Would the scent seeds work on them?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried them on them. The scent seeds, for all their descriptive purposes of being able to attract enemies, don't really attract that many enemies.
They are not victims of the Deku Nut effect.
Yeah.
Get over here.
It's
not working.
He's just waiting for you.
Time to with the music.
Perfect.
No. There we go.
Just imagining McFly ineffectually swatting at bats in the dark cave with his sword.
Get down! Get down!
Get away from me! Quit it!
So there's still bits of the Temple of Seasons here.
Right, so I guess part of it fell down?
The actual temple part.
Or if Subrosia is upside down land, is this the bottom of it?
They really didn't plan Subrosia very well.
No.
In terms of where it is, how it's situated.
Well, yeah, the map of Subrosia is smaller than the overworld map, too. So it's not a direct upside-down version of the world. It has less tiles. A very important portal.
The very last portal to Subrosia. A location you're not able to get to otherwise at all. That is the final dungeon. I love that it has eyeballs.
Zelda, no! Don't go outside! They're gonna get you! So this is obviously a linked game cutscene.
Anything with Zelda is linked game only.
She's gathered the elite team. The old man, the guy that looks like Mario, and 2 kids. We're gonna take on Onyx.
But in the meantime, final dungeon, the Sword and Shield dungeon. It's got a lot of ice and a good bit of lava. It is very long, as you can tell by the length of the video. Probably the longest dungeon. Also, perhaps the longest video.
Yeah.
It's got one of the weirder themes, too.
I kind of dig it a little bit, but it's too short. So it repeats itself a lot.
Here we can get a hint of the item we're going to get. Probably the least useful item.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Would have been the least useful at any point in the game, but... Those eye statues, you need to hit them with seeds in order to activate them, but their eyes blink out too quickly.
Right, so we need to be able to hit them all at once. I think in this room you can use the ice to your advantage to spin attack as you slide across the room.
Like that.
Oh, nice double kill.
This music does feel like 2 incomplete ideas that were thrown together.
It kind of matches the dungeon's theme, though, of fire and ice.
I suppose.
Like these 2 conflicting things. It's almost like they wanted to make an ice dungeon, and they wanted to make a fire dungeon, and they ran out of dungeons, so they're just like, let's just do them together. You're gonna kill him? Yeah.
Scratched him to death.
Overkill.
Oh dear.
We call this the boomerang room.
I'm prepared for this.
I remember my training. So many fairies.
forward first, except I can't.
It's always a good practice in Zelda dungeons to go as far as you can without using a key before going through a key door.
Because then you can get really lost once you've run out of keys.
Yeah. Fuck that room.
Just checking. No, there's nothing up there. Oh god. Yeah, fuck this room.
That keys is gonna hurt you? Oh, okay.
I'm much more likely to get hit by one of these fireballs.
It's another Super Mario Brothers enemy.
Seems to be just in time with the platform. It kind of sucks. Not too difficult so far.
Right. A lot of this dungeon's difficulty is just in the grating it does on your brain because it's so long.
Poke.
And you hear the, like, 20-second song loop over and over again.
Ah, he shoved me back in.
You're going back upstairs, mister. This room sucks.
And it's really unimportant as a room, too. Nope.
I seem to remember a room like this in Link to the Past, in the ice dungeon. Spikes everywhere.
I vaguely remember that, too.
Oh, good, the compass.
Hang on, let's make this easier. Haha.
Of course, in Link to the Past, you could get an item that prevented you from taking damage from spikes.
Well, you know what this dungeon's missing? A turnstile.
Oh, yeah. Can't have the final dungeon without one. I will say there isn't as much turnstile bullshit in this game, though, as there was in Ages.
Not as much. I don't think any of the dungeons... Maybe there was one, but I don't think any of the dungeons had more than just one turnstile.
Right, no, Seasons doesn't do that. Ages is the one that does the double turnstile bullshit.
Wrong seed.
What the fuck was that?
That's a cryptic hint for the mini-boss. Very cryptic. Ah. Hate these guys.
Those bats are so annoying. You can't hit them unless you jump, or they dive at you.
Now, what you really need to do with the turnstile is just use it once, double back to this room, so you can use it again to go down. Now, I don't know it yet, but I immediately screwed up in this room.
Yeah.
It's really strange. We'll see once I activate the owl. The owl's hint doesn't make much sense. What that means is, don't kill anything.
Yeah. You're supposed to ignore all your instincts and just dodge enemies for a while.
But also, you can kill all the enemies, leave, come back, and then wait.
Yeah.
Once you do that, that statue activates. It's a really weird puzzle.
Well, it's like the anti-Zelda thing, because in most rooms you want to clear them. It's obviously the first thing you do. So you didn't look at the map, but the Sword and Shield dungeon has two main sections, and they're shaped like a sword and a shield.
They are.
And you can see how big it is when you look at the map.
God damn it.
At least it respawns.
Get over here.
You can't let off the button for 1 second while it's over the lava, or it falls in immediately. So this room, they give you bubbles to curse you, but you can't use your sword on these things anyway.
Yeah, what the hell?
Hyper slingshots!
3 seeds at a time, not useful at all.
Yeah, it basically just turns into a scatter shot. So, the good news is the middle shot still goes straight, but then there's 2 that go off at angles, so if you step far back enough, you can hit 3 things at once. And that's about as useful as it is.
I guess it does have utility because just aiming in the 4 cardinal directions is limiting.
Right. It gives you those extra angles that you missed from not having the seed shooter, but you have really not as much control. I don't know. It's just not as good. I hate it.
Nah.
Seed shooter is way superior to me.
Now I want to be fully stocked up on mystery seeds. This is the room right before the mini-boss.
Another Bomberman level.
I will never escape. Nope.
It's coming for you.
God damn it.
Oh man, that was well played. See, this is a room where the bubble curse combo actually makes sense. Because the knights aren't really damaged by anything but your sword. You could shoot sense seeds at them, I think.
Do the bubbles only prevent you from using your sword?
Yeah. That's the curse. So ultimately, not really much of a curse. Because by this time, you're in the final dungeon, you have so many other ways to kill things.
Alright, time for a confusing mini-boss. True to the theme of the dungeon, he's both fire and ice.
It's Twin Rova!
He starts out as fire, you hit him with a mystery seed, he changes back to ice. These crystals that he shoots on the ground, you can hit those with mystery seeds, then they become crystals you can pick up. Now you want to hang on to them, wait for him to change back to his fire form, and then throw them at him. You can keep hitting him with seeds, but it takes a long time because it doesn't do nearly as much damage as throwing these at him.
Yeah, so you could hit him with mystery seeds to get him into ice form, and then hit him with ember seeds and damage him.
But this is much faster.
Yeah. It takes longer, but, you know, it's not as tedious, I think.
It could be more tedious.
Yeah, I don't really... Ultimately, this boss is just weird, as you said. But yeah, that was the owl's hint about the ice shards being a weapon.
There we go, he's down. This is a very weird mini-boss. I wonder who came up with that.
Someone who liked the Twin Rova idea but wanted to make it somewhat different?
Because it is creative,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is also tedious. And quickly heading back here. You don't get a key for this. But what the hell.
Yeah, the little key jingle didn't play. It's a ring!
Probably not a super important one.
No, you've got the good ring. It's definitely not the blue ring either, so...
No, that's ages only.
Yep, so... Red ring seasons, blue ring ages. if you do the linked game and get to hero mode where you can carry your rings with you, you can end up in a game with both of them. But you have to play through the games twice.
Yeah. Now we've got an ice block pushing puzzle.
So remember how much you liked the ice block pushing puzzles from Ocarina of Time?
This isn't as tricky as it looks. The important thing to remember is to push that first block all the way onto the side here, and then sort of use that to keep the rest of these from moving all the way into the wall.
Yeah, don't push that top one in yet. You're gonna have a bad time if you do. Start over.
You're basically using each ice block as another ice block's buffer.
I do like how fast they travel when you push them.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait. Ooh, nice midair cut.
They're really poor landing.
Worth it, though.
Now I have some inexplicable trouble with this room.
Ooh.
The problem is these conveyor belt platforms are moving in different directions. And also, I saw that little platform down there, and I thought, oh, that's important. But no, that's where you come out in this room when you fall.
Right. And also, it's deceiving. Once you have the Rock's Cape, when you're in these platforming sections, you cannot jump more than one square up from the ground. So you can't clear that gap like you were tying to at the bottom there where the trap was. You can't get to the second block.
No. That's just a shortcut back. Yeah, more jars to kill.
Perfect. Full hearts. Just like we like
Oh,
it for
God.
this room.
This room looks crazy, but you can sort of jump over their moving pattern.
The worst part is when the wizards come on, shoot fire, and actually slow down the system.
So I did just have a thought. Since A Link Between Worlds was roughly a recreation of A Link to the Past, do you wonder if Nintendo would ever do something similar with games like these?
I don't know, because the portable games were such a different world. I don't know. I'd really like to see a remastered, like, Link's Awakening. That'd be kind of cool. But I don't know that it will ever happen.
So kind of funny, that middle switch is a red herring. At least I think so. If anything, it's not necessary for getting through the dungeon. It activates that door, of which there's just that guy.
Yeah. It's just now you have to fight me, haha. I think that's a little neat. When they throw in stuff like this, that's a trap, but it's a trap room. So it's like, they don't design the dungeons specifically for you to go through. They design them as actual things that have traps, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Seems a little more realistic that way.
There's the boss key, and I have no idea where the boss door is yet.
That's a first. In most cases, you pass by it. That's just how this dungeon's laid out, though.
It's because technically we're above it. It's in the floor below. And here we have more of those ice crystals.
Yep, the owl's about to give you a hint about what to do with those.
Now this room's interesting. There's a Ghost of an Armos, which gives you a specific path. When you leave and come back, the path will change. It's a random choice between one of 3. That's one of the hard ones. There's a really easy one, which I'm looking for. I think it's this one.
Yeah, this one has a little zigzag at the beginning, and then it's just a straight shot, pretty much.
That one's super easy. I'm keeping that. So we get a key. Now, you can see that fire keys came out of the floor. I wasn't paying attention first time. I thought what had happened there was the keys actually set fire to a chest.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a hole in the ground. In the floor below is a floor completely covered with lava. But using those crystals, we can toss ice down there and solidify the lava.
Right. This is how you get to the boss door.
And there's, I think, 4 of these holes. The main puzzle is figuring out how to get the ice crystals into those rooms.
Right, because you can't carry them through stairs and transitions like that.
Weirdly, you can carry them through doors in a minecart.
Right.
Nope.
Maybe, yeah, okay.
No, that's probably a good idea because the minecart's in here,
Mm-hmm.
but you probably need to come from the room above in order to bring a crystal here.
So these holes will infinitely spawn fire keys.
Now, the reason I didn't kill that Wizrobe at first, because it's a little hard to tell in the preview videos, because I have them at 30 FPS, but their flashing runs at 60.
Right.
So it'll only be noticeable in the finished video. There's the last key.
You mean you sent me an inferior video?
Downloaded fast, didn't it?
Okay. Touché.
This does baffle me, because I can't think of any other situation where you're able to do this, but if you can carry stuff through the minecart.
Yeah, I mean, there's never a situation to, but this begs the question, could you carry a pot through a minecart? But why would you want to?
So weird, they're throwing in mechanics that are pretty much completely new.
It's nice to see new stuff in a final dungeon, instead of just rehashing all the old.
But they never did teach us,
No.
which is a confusing bit. But now I need to head back, grab another crystal, go back through the minecart, and then activate the switch to get into that room.
I mean, aside from the trees basically telling you where to go, the Oracle games don't really hold your hand that much.
No, I guess I do appreciate that.
I mean, they leave a lot of it up to you to kind of try and figure out. Of course, the handheld games have always been that way. Well, until Minish Cap. And then that stupid hat bird told you everything.
Link, you're supposed to feel sad.
Link, you can't pass that dog. He's blocking the stairs.
Link, you can't pass that stone.
It's gonna hurt your kidneys so bad.
And now to head back a third time, get another crystal.
The crystal train keeps on a-running. So when I first did this dungeon, the first time I played this game, there's 3 crystals up there, and I thought, oh, there's gonna be 3 holes. No. The first one just keeps respawning. You never get to grab the other crystals anyway.
A little confusing, yeah, because I thought it would have something to do with that too. Nope, bad timing.
I don't think I've ever killed a Keese with that thing. Good job.
But that's the entire floor solidified now.
That's some really cold ice.
By the way, if you fall through those red squares, it just counts as falling in a bottomless pit.
Yeah, thankfully it doesn't send you to a hellscape full of lava.
despite it all being solid now.
Spine-crushing rocks to land on.
I'm never leaving these bastards alive ever again.
No reason to. They're an easy kill and a free fairy.
So one last key, because there's a key block immediately before the boss door.
It's just a lock for lock's sake.
Pretty much.
I think the boss wanted to be extra careful. It's a dangerous neighborhood.
All my neighbors are on fire. Why'd I move here? Thinking about what the boss is, that's probably the completely wrong voice.
Yeah. It's more like...
I hate bats!
Where's the rest of my body?
Not to spoil it, but it's ahead.
It's ahead of its time. Yeah, there it is. It's lock block, then the door. Just why?
It's a Medusa head.
You can't look at it or nothing will happen to you.
No. For this boss, for some reason, the Pegasus Seeds stun it. Does a couple of things, including eye lasers.
Now that does turn you to stone.
Yeah. But not its eyes.
Right.
Ah, stunned it. Damn it. But really, this is just a damage race.
Yeah, this is a very straightforward, very Oracle of Seasons type boss where there's really no puzzle to it. It's just, can you kill it before it kills you?
Squish.
And now we've got an extra heart.
Yep, once you've got 17 hearts, everything moves off to the side a little bit.
Yeah, did you see your entire GUI just shifts to the left?
And surprise. At the end of Oracle of Seasons, the last essence is the Seasons.
Finally! I have the power of the seasons.
Like 12 parts after I got the power of the Seasons.
Right. I like how the dungeon, since its eyes follow you, it's just cross-eyed. Like, what the fuck were you doing in there, man? Love it. Let's find out what that sweet ring we got was. Oh, yeah, okay. That's a great ring to have when you're fighting those things that bump you into the holes.
I suppose.
It's a ring you're never going to use.
No. This is essentially me discovering that the red ring is much more useful than the power ring.
Oh, right.
Because I think, oh, I had to work to get this one. Clearly this will be more beneficial, but no. Ha-ah. Gives me 300 rupees.
Right. Oh, by the way, you owe me for the door.
And I get stressed about everything!
She's always so careless here in this peaceful village that hasn't been attacked yet.
Well, alrighty.
Oh, hope. I hope this is over soon.
It is.
Yeah,
One last part.
Spoilers, it is. Finally gonna show down Onyx, who's been sitting there. Is he ever gonna come? I sent the invite like weeks ago.
I'm threatening.
What do you think, Din and a Crystal?
Shing, I agree. But next time, we will be fighting General Onyx. He's an interesting fight.
I think he's kind of fun.
He can be tough. But also, since it's a linked game, we will also be fighting Twin Rova. But then also a secret at the end of that.
Yeah.
Which will be spoiled in the episode title, and I think it's already been said in the dialogue anyway, but whatever.
It's canon.
It's canon.
It's canon. It's a Zelda game, come on.